In the heart of Africa, nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, lay the magnificent kingdom of Umoya. This kingdom was known far and wide for its prosperity, vibrant culture, and the wisdom of its people. Its ruler, King Cheek, was a wise and benevolent monarch, loved by all his subjects. He had 3 daughters, each more beautiful than the last, but they were known throughout the land as the 3 foolish princesses. Princess Adana, the eldest, was known for her striking beauty and her stubbornness. She often acted impulsively and rarely thought about the consequences of her actions. Princess Ifeoma, the middle daughter, was kind-hearted but naive, always trusting others too easily. The youngest, Princess Nneka, was the most spirited and adventurous, but she had a tendency to be reckless. Despite their flaws, the princesses were adored by the people of Umoya. They were generous and often involved themselves in the lives of the common folk, though their good intentions sometimes led to unintended chaos. King Cheek, worried about their future, decided it was time for his daughters to learn the importance of wisdom and responsibility. One evening, as the sun set over the kingdom, casting a golden glow on the palace walls, King Cheek summoned his daughters to the grand hall. The room was adorned with intricate carvings and colorful tapestries depicting the history of Umoya. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and the flickering torches cast dancing shadows on the walls. "My dear daughters," the king began, his voice gentle yet firm, "it is time you learn the true meaning of wisdom and responsibility. You have been blessed with many gifts, but you must learn to use them wisely. Tomorrow, you will each embark on a journey. This journey will test your character and teach you valuable lessons. You will travel to different parts of our kingdom and beyond to understand the lives of our people and the world outside these palace walls." The princesses exchanged nervous glances but nodded in agreement. They knew their father had their best interests at heart, even if they didn't fully understand his intentions. The next morning, the palace was abuzz with activity. Servants hurried to and fro, preparing provisions and supplies for the princesses' journeys. The princesses themselves were filled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. They had never ventured far from the palace before, and the unknown lay ahead of them. Princess Adana, with her stubborn determination, was the first to set off. She rode a majestic horse, her head held high, determined to prove herself. Her destination was the distant village of Amani, known for its skilled artisans and vibrant markets. The journey was long and arduous, but Adana was resolute. She traveled through dense forests and crossed wide rivers, her mind set on reaching Amani and learning from its people. Princess Ifeoma, the kind-hearted and naive middle daughter, was next to depart. She traveled in a simple carriage, accompanied by a few trusted servants. Her destination was the serene village of Kijani, nestled in a lush valley. Kijani was known for its peaceful inhabitants and bountiful fields. Ifeoma hoped to learn about agriculture and the simple, honest lives of the villagers. She looked forward to making new friends and experiencing the beauty of the countryside. Princess Nneka, the spirited and adventurous youngest daughter, was the last to leave. She chose to travel on foot, eager to explore every nook and cranny of the kingdom. Her destination was the bustling port city of Bahari, where merchants from distant lands traded exotic goods. Nneka's heart raced with excitement at the thought of the adventures that awaited her. She was determined to experience the thrill of the unknown and bring back stories of her exploits. As the days turned into weeks, the princesses faced various challenges and adventures. Princess Adana, in her journey to Amani, encountered treacherous terrain and wild animals. She had to rely on her wits and courage to navigate the dangers. Along the way, she met a wise old woman who lived in a secluded hut deep in the forest. The woman taught Adana the value of patience and listening to others, a lesson the headstrong princess desperately needed. In the village of Kijani, Princess Ifeoma was welcomed with open arms. The villagers were kind and generous, and Ifeoma quickly formed deep bonds with them. She learned about farming and the importance of hard work and perseverance. However, her trusting nature led her into a trap set by a cunning trickster who took advantage of her kindness. It was a painful lesson, but one that taught Ifeoma to be more discerning and cautious. Princess Neka's adventures in Bahari were nothing short of thrilling. She explored the bustling markets, tasted exotic foods, and listened to stories from far-off lands. She befriended sailors and merchants, learning about the dangers of the sea and the complexities of trade. However, her reckless nature led her into trouble more than once. She narrowly escaped being captured by pirates and had to use her quick thinking to outwit them. After many months of traveling and learning, the princesses returned to the kingdom of Umoya. They were changed, each having grown in wisdom and maturity. They had faced their fears, learned from their mistakes, and gained a deeper understanding of the world and their place in it. King Cheek welcomed his daughters back with open arms, proud of the women they had become. He listened intently as they shared their stories and the lessons they had learned. The kingdom celebrated their return with a grand feast, and the people of Umoya rejoiced in the newfound wisdom of their princesses. From that day forward, Princess Adana, Princess Ifeoma, and Princess Neka became known not as the three foolish princesses, but as the wise daughters of Umoya. They used their experiences to help their father rule the kingdom with fairness and compassion, ensuring that Umoya remained a beacon of prosperity and wisdom for generations to come. And so the kingdom of Umoya thrived, its people living in harmony and peace, guided by the wisdom of their beloved princesses. The tales of their adventures were told and retold, inspiring future generations to seek knowledge and wisdom, no matter how challenging the journey might be. The kingdom of Umoya basked in the warm glow of dawn as the three princesses prepared for their separate paths. King Cheek's wise eyes sparkled with a mixture of concern and pride as he watched his daughters depart, each in a different direction, each with a heart full of hope and determination. Adana, the eldest with her willful nature, rode her majestic steed through dense forests and across vast plains. Her destination was the renowned village of Amani, famous for its craftsmen and bustling bazaars. The path was fraught with obstacles, from wild beasts to treacherous landscapes. One evening, as she rested by a clear, babbling brook, an elderly woman approached her. The woman, with eyes as sharp as a hawk's and hands worn from years of labor, offered her shelter. Adana, proud and independent, hesitated but accepted. Inside the humble hut, the woman shared tales of Amani's history and its people's struggles. She taught Adana the art of listening and the importance of humility. A leader who does not listen to her people, the old woman said, is like a river without water. Adana pondered these words, realizing that her stubbornness had often clouded her judgment. Meanwhile, Ifeoma, gentle and trusting, traveled to the tranquil village of Kijani. The villagers, known for their generosity and harmony with nature, welcomed her warmly. Ifeoma immersed herself in their daily lives, learning to till the land, plant crops, and nurture the earth. Her gentle nature endeared her to the villagers, but her innocence was soon tested. A cunning man, posing as a friend, deceived her and stole a precious family heirloom. Heartbroken but resolute, Ifeoma sought the village elder's advice. The elder, a wise woman with a deep connection to the land, taught Ifeoma to see beyond appearances and trust her instincts. Through this ordeal, Ifeoma learned to balance her kindness with discernment. Neka, the youngest and most adventurous, made her way to Bahari, the vibrant port city. The city's markets teemed with exotic goods, and the air was filled with the sounds of merchants haggling and ships docking. Neka, captivated by the city's energy, explored every corner, from the bustling docks to the hidden alleyways. She befriended sailors and traders, each with a story more thrilling than the last. However, her spirited nature led her into danger when she stumbled upon a pirate plot. Using her quick wit and bravery, she escaped their clutches and warned the city's guards, earning their respect and admiration. Through her experiences, Neka learned the value of caution and the importance of thinking before acting. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. Each princess, in her own way, faced trials that tested her character and taught her valuable lessons. Adana learned to temper her stubbornness with humility. Ifeoma discovered the strength in discernment, and Neka realized the power of cautious bravery. As they returned to Umoya, their hearts were filled with the wisdom they had gained. They arrived at the palace gates, greeted by the joyous cheers of their people. King Cheek, seeing the change in his daughters, welcomed them with open arms. The palace, adorned with colorful banners and fragrant flowers, echoed with the sounds of celebration. Adana shared stories of Amani's artisans and the lessons from the wise old woman. She spoke of the importance of humility and listening to others. Ifeoma recounted her experiences in Kijani, her voice filled with gratitude for the villagers who had taught her to balance kindness with caution. Neka, with her eyes shining brightly, told tales of Bahari's bustling markets and her narrow escape from the pirates. The people of Umoya listened intently, their hearts swelling with pride and admiration for their princesses. The tales of their adventures spread throughout the kingdom, inspiring young and old alike. The princesses, once known for their foolishness, were now celebrated for their wisdom and courage. As they settled back into their lives at the palace, the princesses used their newfound knowledge to help their father govern the kingdom. Adana, with her humility and listening skills, became a trusted advisor. Ifeoma, with her discernment and kindness, helped resolve disputes among the people. Neka, with her cautious bravery, led expeditions to expand Umoya's trade and strengthen its defenses. Under their guidance, the kingdom of Umoya flourished, the people lived in harmony, and the princesses continued to grow in wisdom and strength. Their experiences had transformed them, and they were determined to use their gifts for the good of their people. And so the kingdom thrived, a beacon of prosperity and wisdom. The princesses, once known as the three foolish princesses, had become the pillars of Umoya, guiding it towards a bright and promising future. As the seasons changed, the kingdom of Umoya basked in a time of peace and prosperity. The wisdom of King Chaika and his three daughters brought joy and stability to the land. Yet the king knew that further lessons awaited his daughters, lessons that would deepen their understanding of leadership and empathy. One serene morning, King Chik called his daughters to the palace's sacred grove, a place of reflection and ancestral guidance. The air was filled with the songs of birds and the rustling of leaves. The king's eyes twinkled with a hint of mystery as he addressed his daughters. "My beloved children," he began, "you have grown wise and strong, yet the world holds endless knowledge. It is time to seek wisdom beyond our borders, to learn from the experiences of distant lands and diverse peoples. Each of you will be guided by our trusted envoys to places where new lessons await." Adana, with her newfound humility, was directed towards the distant mountains of Huakali, where the revered oracle lived. The journey to the oracle's abode was treacherous, with narrow paths and steep cliffs. Accompanied by a seasoned guide, Adana navigated the rugged terrain, her heart set on gaining insight from the oracle. Upon reaching the oracle's dwelling, a cave adorned with ancient symbols, Adana was greeted by an aura of mystique. The oracle, an elderly woman with piercing eyes and a calm demeanor, welcomed her. Through meditations and profound discussions, Adana learned to connect with her inner self and the natural world. She discovered the strength of silence and the power of introspection, realizing that true wisdom often comes from within. Meanwhile, Ifeoma's path led her to the vast desert of Upepo, home to the nomadic tribes known for their resilience and knowledge of the stars. The desert, with its endless dunes and scorching sun, tested Ifeoma's endurance and spirit. Guided by a wise elder of the tribe, she learned the art of survival and the importance of community. The nomads taught Ifeoma to navigate by the stars, understand the rhythms of nature, and appreciate the simple yet profound joys of life. She embraced the nomadic way of life, discovering the beauty of shared stories and collective wisdom. Through her experiences, Ifeoma realized the strength in unity and the importance of preserving traditions. Neka, ever adventurous, was guided to the mystical forests of Usitu, where the ancient spirits were said to dwell. The forest, dense with towering trees and vibrant wildlife, was a place of enchantment and mystery. Accompanied by a shaman, Neka ventured deep into the heart of the forest, where she encountered creatures and beings from legends. The shaman, a guardian of the forest's secrets, taught Neka to respect and harmonize with nature. Through rituals and ceremonies, she learned the significance of balance and the interconnectedness of all living things. Neka's fearless spirit allowed her to communicate with the spirits, gaining insights that transcended the material world. As the months passed, the princesses immersed themselves in their new environments, each growing in wisdom and understanding. They faced challenges that tested their resilience and character, forging bonds with the people they met and the lands they explored. Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka returned to Umoya with hearts full of newfound wisdom. Their experiences in the mountains, desert, and forest had enriched their souls and deepened their empathy. They reunited at the palace, greeted by the joyous cheers of their people. King Cheek listened intently as his daughters shared their tales, his heart swelling with pride. The kingdom celebrated their return with grand festivities, honoring the knowledge and insights they had brought back. With their renewed wisdom, the princesses continued to support their father in governing Umoya. Adana, with her inner peace and introspection, became a spiritual guide for the people. Ifeoma, with her understanding of unity and tradition, helped preserve and strengthen the cultural heritage of the kingdom. Neka, with her deep connection to nature and the spirits, led efforts to protect the environment and promote harmony. The kingdom of Umoya thrived under the guidance of the wise princesses. Their experiences had transformed them, and they were determined to use their gifts for the betterment of their people. The tales of their adventures spread far and wide, inspiring future generations to seek knowledge and wisdom from the world around them. And so, the kingdom continued to flourish, a beacon of prosperity and wisdom, guided by the enduring legacy of the three once foolish princesses who had become pillars of strength and enlightenment. The kingdom of Umoya basked in its golden age, thriving under the guidance of King Cheek and his wise daughters. Yet, as all things in life, change was inevitable, and new challenges soon approached the realm. One tranquil morning, the royal palace received a message from the neighboring kingdom of Mahari. King Adewale, an old ally and friend of Umoya, requested aid. His land was facing a grave threat, a mysterious illness spreading among the people and livestock, causing despair and uncertainty. King Cheek summoned his daughters, knowing that their wisdom and courage were needed once again. The three princesses, now seasoned by their experiences, prepared to embark on their new task with the same determination that had guided them before. Adana, who had learned the strength of inner peace and introspection, decided to seek out the knowledge of ancient healers. She traveled to the highlands, where the famed herbalists of Mahari resided. These healers were known for their deep understanding of plants and their medicinal properties. Adana immersed herself in their teachings, learning the delicate balance of nature and the potent remedies hidden within its flora. Guided by the chief herbalist, a woman named Makina, Adana spent days and nights studying and preparing tinctures and salves. Through rigorous training, she honed her skills, crafting cures and learning the wisdom of the earth. She realized that healing was not just about treating symptoms but understanding the root causes and restoring harmony. While Adana delved into the realm of healing, Ifeoma, with her profound understanding of unity and tradition, went to the heart of Mahari to support the people directly. She organized communal efforts, bringing together villagers to work in unison, reinforcing their sense of community. Ifeoma's gentle yet firm leadership inspired the people, reminding them of their resilience and strength. She introduced practices that enhanced sanitation and health, drawing from the knowledge she had gained among the nomads. Ifeoma's ability to connect with people on a personal level allowed her to address their fears and uncertainties, fostering a spirit of hope and cooperation. The villagers, once disheartened, found new strength in their unity, working together to overcome the crisis. Nika, with her deep connection to nature and the spirits, ventured into the mysterious forests surrounding Mahari. These forests were believed to be inhabited by ancient spirits, holding the secrets to the natural world's balance. Accompanied by a local shaman, she sought to understand the spiritual imbalance that might have caused the illness. Through rituals and communing with the spirits, Neka discovered that the land itself was suffering from a disruption. The spirits revealed that an ancient curse had been awakened by the greed of a powerful warlord who had exploited the land's resources. Neka, with her fearless spirit, confronted the warlord, using her knowledge and connection to the spirits to persuade him to restore the balance. With the warlord's repentance and the spirits appeased, Neka worked to heal the land, performing sacred rituals and planting new life where the old had been destroyed. The forest began to thrive once more, and the healing energy spread to the people and animals of Mahari. As the weeks turned into months, the efforts of Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka bore fruit. The mysterious illness began to wane, and the people of Mahari saw a return of health and vitality. King Adewale, grateful for the aid from Umoya, praised the princesses for their wisdom and bravery. The princesses returned to Umoya, their hearts filled with the satisfaction of having helped their neighboring kingdom. They were welcomed back with joyous celebrations, and their tales of courage and wisdom added to their growing legend. King Chika, proud of his daughters, saw the strength and unity they had brought to both Umoya and Mahari. The kingdom thrived under their guidance, and the bond between the two lands grew stronger. Without resting on their laurels, the princesses continued to apply their wisdom and skills to the betterment of Umoya. Adana enhanced the kingdom's healing practices. Ifeoma strengthened the bonds among its people, and Neka protected and nurtured its natural harmony. The kingdom continued to flourish, guided by the enduring legacy of the three once foolish princesses who had become the pillars of strength and enlightenment. Their adventures and the wisdom they had gained served as a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. The kingdom of Umoya, thriving under the wisdom of King Cheek and his daughters, faced a new challenge that would test the mettle of the royal family once more. A celestial event was foretold, one that could bring great change or untold disaster to the land. The stars aligned in patterns unseen for generations, and the kingdom's astrologers and seers convened to decipher the omens. In the heart of the palace, the grand hall was filled with hushed voices and the rustling of ancient scrolls. King Cheek, flanked by Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka, listened intently to the lead astrologer, an old man with a long white beard and piercing eyes. "Sire," the astrologer began, "the stars speak of a great convergence. It is said that when the moon of eclipses darkens the sun of kings, the fate of our kingdom will hang in the balance. This event will awaken the guardian spirits of the four elements. To ensure harmony, these spirits must be appeased." King Cheek nodded solemnly, turning to his daughters. "Each of you must seek out and appease one of the guardian spirits. This task is crucial for the safety of our kingdom and the balance of nature." Adana, with her deep connection to the earth and healing, was entrusted with the spirit of earth. Her path led her to the sacred caves of Endala, where the spirit resided. The caves, filled with luminescent crystals and ancient carvings, were a place of profound energy. Adana performed intricate rituals, offering sacred herbs and chants she had learned from the healers of Mahari. The spirit of earth, a majestic being of stone and root, emerged, and Adana communicated her plea. The spirit, moved by her sincerity and wisdom, granted its blessing, promising to protect the land. Ifeoma, with her knowledge of unity and tradition, was tasked with the spirit of water. Her destination was Lake Nzuri, a shimmering body of water said to be the dwelling place of the spirit. The lake's surface reflected the sky like a mirror, and its depths were filled with mysteries. Ifeoma performed ceremonies taught by the nomads, invoking the spirit with offerings of flowers and precious stones. The spirit of water, a graceful entity of liquid and light, rose from the lake, its presence calming and powerful. Ifeoma's heartfelt plea was heard, and the spirit pledged to ensure the waters remained pure and life-giving. Neka, with her fearless nature and connection to the wild, sought out the spirit of fire. Her destination was the volcano of Moto, a towering peak that breathed smoke and fire. The path to the volcano was treacherous, with molten rivers and scorching heat. Neka, undeterred, climbed the peak, performing ancient dances and chants to summon the spirit. The spirit of fire, a formidable being of flame and ash, appeared in a blaze of glory. Neka, with her courage and respect for nature, convinced the spirit to grant its protection, ensuring that fire would bring warmth and light, not destruction. With three spirits appeased, the final task fell upon the kingdom itself to invoke the spirit of air. This spirit, elusive and free, was said to dwell in the highest reaches of Mount Kimbia. The people of Umoya, led by King Cheek and his daughters, gathered at the base of the mountain. They climbed together, a unified procession, carrying offerings of feathers, incense, and music. As they reached the summit, the wind howled and the skies darkened. The spirit of air, an ethereal entity of wind and whisper, descended upon them. The kingdom's collective plea, filled with harmony and respect, moved the spirit. It promised to guard the skies, ensuring that the winds would be gentle and life-sustaining. The celestial event approached, and as the moon of eclipses darkened the sun of kings, the kingdom held its breath. The guardian spirits, appeased and honored, fulfilled their promises. The eclipse passed, leaving the kingdom unharmed and filled with a renewed sense of balance and harmony. The people of Umoya celebrated with grand festivities, honoring the spirits and the royal family. Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka, through their wisdom and bravery, had once again safeguarded their land. The kingdom continued to thrive, guided by the enduring legacy of the wise princesses who had become the pillars of strength and enlightenment. Their actions and the unity of their people ensured that the kingdom of Umoya remained a beacon of hope, wisdom, and prosperity for all time. The kingdom of Umoya, having navigated the celestial event with grace and wisdom, continued to flourish under the benevolent rule of King Chike and his 3 daughters. Peace reigned, and prosperity touched every corner of the realm. However, the ever-watchful spirits had one final test to ensure that the kingdom's harmony was truly eternal. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and red, a mysterious traveler arrived at the palace gates. Clad in robes that shimmered like starlight, the traveler requested an audience with the king and his daughters. King Cheek, sensing the significance of the visitor, welcomed him into the grand hall. The traveler, with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of ages, spoke in a voice that resonated with the air itself. "Great King Chike and noble princesses, the guardian spirits have sent me. They commend your wisdom and strength, but ask one final task of you. To secure the eternal balance of Umoya, you must find the Heart of Harmony, a sacred relic hidden deep within the forbidden forest of Mavuno. Only by uniting your strengths can you retrieve it." Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka, understanding the gravity of this quest, prepared themselves once more. Together, they ventured into the forbidden forest, a place shrouded in mystery and legends. The forest, dense and dark, seemed to whisper secrets of old as they made their way through its winding paths. Adana, with her profound connection to the earth, led the way, sensing the energy of the land. Her intuition guided them through treacherous terrain, avoiding pitfalls and hidden dangers. Ifeoma, drawing on her deep understanding of unity and community, kept the group together, ensuring that their bond remained unbroken despite the challenges they faced. Neka, with her fearless spirit and respect for nature, protected her sisters from the forest's wild inhabitants, using her knowledge of the natural world to navigate safely. As they delved deeper into the forest, they encountered trials that tested their resolve. At one point, they faced a chasm too wide to cross. Adana, remembering the lessons from the spirit of earth, called upon the strength of the land. The ground responded, forming a natural bridge that allowed them to continue. Further on, a thick magical fog enveloped them, obscuring their path. Ifeoma, recalling the unity taught by the spirit of water, used a crystal given to her by the villagers of Mahari. The crystal glowed with a soft light, dispelling the fog and revealing the way forward. Near the heart of the forest, they encountered a fierce storm with winds that threatened to tear them apart. Neka, remembering the wisdom from the spirit of fire, built a protective circle using sacred herbs and stones. The circle shielded them from the storm, allowing them to press on. Finally, they reached a clearing where a majestic tree stood, its leaves shimmering with an otherworldly light. At its base lay the Heart of Harmony, a gem that pulsed with pure energy. The tree, ancient and wise, spoke to them in a voice that resonated with the essence of life itself. "Adana, Ifeoma, Neka," the tree intoned, "you have proven yourselves worthy. By uniting your strengths and honoring the balance of nature, you have found the Heart of Harmony. This relic symbolizes the eternal balance and unity that your kingdom must uphold." The princesses, their hearts filled with gratitude and reverence, took the Heart of Harmony and began their return to Umoya. The journey back was swift as the forest seemed to part before them, honoring their success. Back in the kingdom, they presented the Heart of Harmony to King Chike. The relic was placed in the center of the palace, its light filling the hall with a serene glow. The people of Umoya gathered to witness this momentous occasion, their hearts swelling with pride and joy. The presence of the Heart of Harmony solidified the balance and prosperity of Umoya. The princesses, now fully recognized for their wisdom and bravery, continued to guide the kingdom with fairness and compassion. Their legacy was one of unity, strength, and eternal harmony. Under their continued guidance, Umoya became a shining example of what could be achieved through wisdom, unity, and respect for the natural world. The kingdom thrived, its people living in peace and prosperity, always remembering the lessons and the sacrifices of the 3 foolish princesses who had become the pillars of an everlasting balance. The stories of Adana, Ifeoma, and Neka were told and retold, becoming an integral part of Umoya's rich tapestry of lore, and so the kingdom remained, a beacon of hope and wisdom, its harmony secured by the enduring legacy of its beloved princesses.